Hello you guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice, and today I'm going to share with you an overview of quite a few items that have sold recently in under a week of being listed on the Poshmark app. So you don't need me to tell you that the landscape of reselling is kind of fluid right now. It's changing a little bit. There are definitely things that are happening in the world that is affecting the resale market. We all know this. So I figured that this might be kind of a fun video to redo. I've done it in the past where I shared items that sold in less than a week, but I figured why not look and see what is selling quickly in today's market, as of right now. So without further ado, I'm going to hop on over to my laptop and I'm going to show you some of these items. Alright you guys, so as promised, here's a handful of items that have sold in under a week, and these are all from the last 3 months. So I figured I would do it kind of like it was a quarter in and of itself, so 3 months. And that's really kind of reflective as well, sort of mid-February onwards, as to when things started to change for us, at least here in the United States, and I started seeing differences in the marketplace just a little bit. Obviously everything kind of really kicked off mid-March, but I feel like we were still seeing some trickles of that back in February somewhat. So here are a few items to show you. So this first one here sold very recently. Again, all these items sold in under 7 days of being listed. Vintage 90s Venezia, which I think is like a sort of offshoot or under the umbrella of Lane Bryant. Oversized denim button-up shirt. So again, this was a vintage piece, 90s. I was kind of surprised that this sold so quickly, only because it was sort of slightly out of season. However, it was a slightly larger size. It was size 18, so that may have helped it. And on Poshmark, I do sell quite a lot of vintage items, so I was very grateful to have this one on its way. Next is a set of baby girl bloomers. This is the first time I've sold anything like this. It was just a lot of 5, as you can see. Got these in a filler bag, and they were all kinds of different brands, all the way from Ralph Lauren and Baby Gap, all the way to just Cherokee and things like that. So kind of lower end brands, but they were all the same size and obviously similar in style. So I lotted them together and they sold very, very quickly for $14, as you see here. Next is a Maurice's exposed studded moto blazer. So I was actually surprised again that this sold so quickly, and it sold for full price. I listed it at 18. It had the exposed zipper detail and a stud detail right there on the shoulder, as I can show you. So it was a really nice style, but it was also a very simple style. And yeah, it sold really quickly as well. And that was from a filler bag also. This one was also from a filler bag, rummage sale. It was a brand that I have sold before, Alo or Alo, however you want to say it. Here is the close-up of the logo in case that helps anybody. But it was a really, really nice black fluffy fleece line hooded sweater. The comps were actually closer to 35. However, mine had some really notable pilling on the front, which I took a close-up photo of and described. So I listed it for 20 since it really had that noticeable pilling, and it sold in 2 minutes of being listed. Really, really quick sale. Someone just scooped it up. I got a 5-star rating. They were very, very happy with it. So everybody kind of won. And like I said, that was from a rummage sale filler bag. So nice cheap cost of goods there as well. Next was an item I almost didn't pick up because I've kind of sworn off of this brand a little bit. It is Worth, or W by Worth, which I think is their diffusion line. But it was really, really simple and pretty. The front was wool, 100%, and the back was 100% silk with a really beautiful paisley detail. And as you can see, you could alter the fit ever so slightly. So I decided to just go ahead and give it a go. Here is the label. And it was only a couple of dollars in the thrift store. So why not? This does retail quite high. And again, nice fast sale, $20. Very, very happy that I did that. Next is almost a given. Really depends on the piece, I suppose, but Lululemon. So these I got in a free inventory box that I was very, very blessed to receive. They were the speed up running shorts. I was able to identify them on lulufanatics.com. And they had this cool tropical floral print on the waistband as well. These sold in a day. Really, really quick flip, and they sold for $30, as you see there. Next was an Anthropologie piece. Now, I did think this was quite dated. However, I grabbed it anyway purely because of the brand, and it was 50 cents at a thrift store filler bag. So I thought, why not? It was really pretty floral. It's springtime. I figured I would give it a go. And again, very, very fast sell. Now, it only sold for $14, but like I said, it was a very, very low cost of goods, and it is a good name brand. Odile is from Anthropologie, and that can help drive traffic sometimes as well. You can share to parties more and things like that. So it's a good brand that I like to have sort of bread and butter in my closet when I can. This item, obviously not a clothing item, but this I picked up for $3 at a thrift store, and I grabbed it because it was awesome. Vintage handmade, like rainbow tie-dye granny square throw blanket. I mean, it had everything going for it. I actually listed it for $100 just because I thought it was so unique and cool. It was in great condition. It was just wow, but it definitely needed the right buyer, so I was ready to kind of wait on it for a while, but nope, within a week somebody offered me $70 plus the shipping obviously, and I was happy to accept that. Next is a Flint and Tinder hoodie. This is a men's, as far as I know, it's a men's brand. They may do women's brands, I'm not too sure. But this was a men's hoodie. Now, it was missing the drawstring as well. It was a pre-owned hoodie. It was my husband's. He didn't want it anymore. He didn't like how it fits. And like I said, the drawstring was missing. And it still sold for full asking price of $35 within like a couple of hours of being listed. Really, really quick flip there as well. Let me go ahead and show you that logo as well, because I know that that is helpful. There we go, Flint and Tinder. The cool thing about those hoodies as well is that that was like, I think it was like the 10-year hoodie. I clicked it off now, but basically it came with like a warranty and things like that. So, all right, this piece I picked just because I absolutely love the loud 90s print. I thought it was so cool. As you can see, I styled it in my photograph with like a knotted front, which I like to do sometimes with vintage pieces. And this sold in about a day or two as well of being listed for the full asking price of $25. This piece I had decided like a long time ago that I needed to do something with. So it actually had some like burn marks down at the bottom and some staining. And I had it in my to-do pile. What I wanted to do, as you can see here, is crop it and sell it as a cropped t-shirt. It was a size large, but it was like a very oversized fit. And it had sat in my procrastination pile for the longest time. And eventually I got around to it, maybe like a year after picking it up to sell. Really, really procrastination pile, I'm telling you. And I'm glad that I did, because it sold, like I said, in less than a week. It sold for $17, which isn't too bad at all for just like an old distressed graphic t-shirt. Yeah, so I should really get onto that pile. Like there's lots of like buttons that need to be sewed on and things, you know, just tiny little things that I just have to sit down and do. Okay, and the last item I'm going to show you is this Angel of the North by Anthropologie mustard yellow cardigan. This was in my own personal wardrobe and I just didn't really like it anymore. Like didn't like the fit, didn't wear it very much. And this sold within a day of listing as well for a best offer of $24. So another really quick flip. Alright you guys, that is it. If you enjoyed this video, please do think about giving it a thumbs up, and if you enjoy thrifty reseller content, please do think about coming back and hanging out again, and of course hitting that subscribe button down below. If you have any sort of thrifty tips or you want to share some of the brands that are moving for you quickly as of right now, please do feel free to do that in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye you guys.